Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Here are some commonly asked React interview questions along with their answers. Basic questions. What is React? Answer: React is a JavaScript library for building user interfaces, particularly single-page applications where data can change without a page reload. It allows developers to create large web applications that can update and render efficiently with just the right data changes. React was created by Facebook and is maintained by Facebook and a community of developers. What are the main features of React? Answer: the main features of React include JSX, a syntax extension that allows mixing HTML with JavaScript. Components, building blocks of a React application, which can be reusable and nested. Virtual DOM, a lightweight copy of the actual DOM that React uses to optimize updates and improve performance. One-way data binding, data flows in one direction, making it easier to debug and understand. State and props, mechanisms for managing and passing data within components. What is JSX? Answer: JSX stands for JavaScript XML. It is a syntax extension for JavaScript that looks similar to HTML. JSX makes it easier to write and add HTML in React. JSX code is transformed into JavaScript calls to React.createElement during the build process. What is the virtual DOM and how does it work? Answer: the virtual DOM is an in-memory representation of the real DOM elements generated by React components before any changes are made to the web page. When the state of an object changes, the virtual DOM changes only the object in the real DOM instead of updating all the objects. This makes the application faster and more efficient. Intermediate questions. What are props in React? Answer: props, short for properties, are read-only attributes used to pass data from one component to another, typically from a parent component to a child component. Props are immutable, meaning they cannot be changed by the component that receives them. What is state in React? Answer: state is a built-in object in React components that allows components to create and manage their own data. Unlike props, state is mutable and can change over time, typically in response to user actions or network responses. What is the difference between state and props? Answer: the key differences are: props, passed to the component, similar to function parameters. Immutable, cannot be changed by the component. Used to pass data and event handlers down to child components. State, managed within the component, similar to variables declared in a function. Mutable, can be changed with this .setState in class components or useState in functional components. Used to store data that can change over time. What are lifecycle methods in React? Answer: lifecycle methods are hooks in class components that allow you to run code at specific points in a component's lifecycle. Mounting, constructor, static get derived state from props, render, component did mount. Updating, static get derived state from props, should component update, render, get snapshot before update, component did update. Unmounting, component will unmount. Error handling, static get derived state from error, component did catch. Advanced questions. What are hooks in React? Answer: hooks are functions that let you use state and other React features in functional components. Some of the most commonly used hooks are: useState, allows you to add state to functional components. useEffect, lets you perform side effects in function components. useContext, provides a way to pass data through the component tree without having to pass props down manually at every level. What is the Context API? Answer: the Context API is a React feature that allows for easier and more efficient sharing of state across multiple components without having to pass props down manually through each level of the component tree. It is used to manage global state that can be accessed by any component within the context provider. What is Redux and how does it work with React? Answer: Redux is a state management library for JavaScript applications, commonly used with React. It provides a centralized store for managing the state of your application, making it easier to track and manage state changes. Key principles of Redux include: single source of truth. The state of the application is stored in a single object. State is read-only. The state can only be changed by dispatching actions. Changes are made with pure functions. Reducers specify how the state changes in response to an action. How do you optimize a React application? Answer: there are several techniques to optimize a React application. Use React.memo to prevent unnecessary re-renders of functional components. Use pure component for class components to implement a shallow comparison of props and state. Code splitting using React.lazy and suspense to load components only when they are needed. Avoid inline functions inside render methods to prevent recreation on every render. Use useCallback and useMemo hooks to memoize functions and values. Reduce the number of components to be rendered by optimizing the structure of the component tree. If you found this information helpful and want to see more content like this, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Your support helps me create more tutorials and share valuable knowledge. Thank you.